I found an Instagram account that is making millions. They're not doing affiliate marketing or drop shipping or even paid advertising. They're making this kind of money by selling digital planners. This is a super untapped business model that I just learned about and no one is talking about. Today, I'm going to show you how you can replicate this in under 12 minutes. But I have to warn you, after you watch this video, your eyes will never be able to look at Instagram content the same way. In fact, by the end of this video, you'll entirely stop seeing content like a consumer and be forced to start seeing it from the eyes of a creator. In other words, I'm about to take you from content guppy to content shark. Step 1. First, we need to understand how it's even possible that an Instagram account with just 545 posts could be making this kind of money. I found this account on my Explore page when I stumbled into this video. I noticed it had over 750,000 likes and over 25 million plays. But the big question is, how? I clicked the link in their bio, which led me to this sales page on Etsy where they have their products listed for sale. This item, for example, has almost 5,000 reviews and she sells them for $14 a pop, meaning this single item has generated around $70,000 in passive income. And if we come back to her main profile, we can see that she has over 173,000 total sales. And if we just say that her average listing price is around $10, then that comes out to over $1.7 million. We can do more recon by finding out when she first started this store to make sure this isn't over the course of like 20 years or something crazy. To do this, we just come to her store reviews, and wow, side note, she has a lot. Then we just scroll to the end and see that her oldest review is from 2018. That shows you what's possible if you get started today. So here's the business model. The product is digital planners to help people become more productive and keep track of their tasks. What's crazy about this business model is that about 99% of it is pure profit. Think about it. All the products are digital, so she can build once and sell twice. Well, more like sell infinitely, but you get the point. Her marketing strategy is brilliant, and I'm about to show you why. To the normal person, this might just feel like a silly Instagram video. But trust me, it's extremely strategic. In the next 90 seconds, you will forever stop thinking like a content consumer and start thinking like a content creator. Let's dive in. It's important that we always remember that Instagram's algorithm favors three main stats above everything else: watch time, saves, and shares. So to make content that will go viral and get clicks, we need to make something shareable, savable, and bingeable, meaning people will rewatch it over and over. But in our case specifically, we need to do this while also covertly showing our product. Because obviously, our ultimate goal is to get people to click the link in our bio and generate sales. Happy Downloads opens this video perfectly by holding the shiny pink sleek iPad that everyone in her target audience probably dreams about. The opening hook text is something that we can all relate to because most people don't really use their iPads nearly as much as they use their phone or laptops. The background is a window with a city behind it, signifying her status. In other words, this girl has her shit together and her life is more put together than the average person watching. It's also important to note that she filmed this in cinematic mode or with a digital SLR camera because the backgrounds are slightly blurred. This causes you to automatically focus more on the subject she's trying to convey. She chose to use an extremely viral song as the audio that immediately draws us all in. We have no choice but to keep watching. She then uses quick jump cuts to hold our attention. Each new scene is full of pretty colors and motion that keeps us all glued to our phone screen. And then, before you even know it, the video's over. Less than 10 seconds, that's all it took. As a guppy viewer, my senses are so overwhelmed by this combination of colors, editing, and sound that I decide to watch it again. And maybe I'll decide to even send it to a friend who needs to get more organized. And now for my sharks. We understand that every time this happens, that signals to the Instagram algorithm that this video is good, which then causes them to push this video out further and further until it reaches those crazy view counts that we were talking about earlier. So now let's move on to step 2, which is actually creating our own digital planners. You might be a little intimidated by how nice the example downloads were, but don't worry, I'm going to show you how to create something just as good with minimal effort. To do this, we can just come into Canva. We can simply search for Planner under their pre-made template section. Now, you just need to click on one that you like and start customizing. While we're customizing, we need to really put ourselves in our own target audience's shoes. What keeps them up at night? What kind of colors are they into? And what sections would they want with their own planner? For example, using pastel colors is going to draw in a drastically different audience than if you used Coca-Cola branding colors. Once you're happy with your planner, we need to move on to step 3, which is setting up a listing. Now, you can do this with your own landing page or on a site like Etsy. But for this example, I'm going to show you how to do it on Etsy since that's where the examples we were talking about earlier post theirs. Setting it up on Etsy is also nice because you might get some additional traction from people searching on Etsy as well. Set up your Etsy account with a name that feels right for your brand. Then, Etsy will ask you to set up your first listing. This is where we're going to add our first product. We need to create some mock-up photos for our planner that are really appealing. And if you don't already know, mock-ups are basically the demo photos that most customers will see before they make their purchase. So they need to be as appealing as possible. For this, I'll just come back to Canva and search for mock-ups. Once you find one you like, you can just add in the images of your product to the image section. Then you should add some text so that viewers can get a better sense of what to expect before they buy your product. When you're happy with your mock-up images, we can add them back to our listing on Etsy. You can also add a 10-second video demonstrating your product, which will probably help with your conversion rate. After you've added your title and descriptions and figured out your delivery method, you can click publish and you're ready to go. Now, we could theoretically sell this thing 1 million times without ever having to worry about fulfillment or anything else. The only thing you need to be thinking about is marketing organically. I'm going to show you how to do this effectively so you can blow past the 2 examples that we showed at the beginning of this video. See, we can't just throw up some ugly ad on Instagram and expect that people are going to click the link and buy it. I have years of experience monetizing social media brands, and here's what I would do instead. First, let's make a video of you using your product. Another good one that I've seen recently would be something like this. You could just film this on an iPhone if you wanted to. Friendly reminder to use bright colors like the example video, and if you have an iPhone, make sure to use cinematic mode so we get those nice milky backgrounds. Next, bring your clips into any video editor. But before we start editing, we need to choose a trendy song. Unfortunately, I can't use one on this video or it might get copyrighted, but here are the names of some viral songs that I've seen going around lately that I would use if I was in your shoes. Now, just edit your clips with jump cuts and captions so they go along well with the rhythm of the music. In your caption, make sure to use some keywords about productivity and goals to give yourself the best opportunity of being seen by the right audience. Another growth hacking method that I think would work really well for this specific type of content would be to reach out to some accounts with audiences that might be interested in your product. You can offer to give them a percentage of each sale that they drive to your sales page. And remember, since it's all profit to you anyways, it really wouldn't hurt you to give them 25% of each sale. Now, this is a win-win strategy, but you're going to need to set up a custom link to provide them with, which can be a little bit tricky. I'll make sure to put out a full video on setting up an affiliate model like this in the future. You're going to need to be consistent in order to get results here. The example account I showed you making millions didn't get there overnight. They've been posting consistently for a few years, but just in case you don't think that's realistic or that it might be too much, I'll give you another achievable example. This page has 30,000 followers and just 222 posts. If we come to her Etsy page, we can see that she's made around 30,000 sales so far at $14 a piece, which by the way comes out to around $400,000. But what's unique about her store is that she only has 10 products, meaning she doesn't have to waste time creating and uploading 3 new products every day to generate traction like most people on Etsy preach, which is why having a social media presence for your product is absolutely crucial in today's environment. Her Instagram content is all about people with ADHD and helping them become more focused. This is brilliant because the main issue for people who have ADHD is that they struggle to stay focused. She's another great example of how to monetize an operation like this. Like I said at the beginning, this business model is still super untapped. Most people think that the product is everything, but as you can see, if you just create a decent product and market it the right way, the results are limitless. With the right Instagram growth strategy, you could be making thousands in a matter of a few months. Thanks for watching today. I'll catch you guys in the next one.